Okay, so we have here our FXPak Pro from Krikzz. This is it's very similar to the video we did for the Krikzz Everdrive Pro. The exception of this is for the Super Famicom or the Super Nintendo Entertainment Center. This took roughly 6 weeks to get in the mail. It may be normally a little bit quicker than that, but we'll go ahead and open it up and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so it comes in a small cardboard box, and similar to the Krikzz Everdrive Pro, a black plastic case similar to the old Sega Genesis video game cases. Got some information on the back in regards to the ROM size that it supports. Let's open it up, and we've got the cartridge itself, FXPak Pro. At the top of the cartridge, you see where we have a SD slot, or a micro SD slot, and a micro USB slot. This way you can upload any type of updates for the firmware within the cartridge, and also you can put your games on the micro SD and install it. So pretty nice. Overall quality, the plastic feels very nice, very similar to the original ones. We will review the actual gameplay and the functionality of this and see how well it does. So we're going to go through and look at the gameplay and the menu screen from the FXPak Pro. As you see here, the background wallpaper that I have installed, this was downloaded from a link that I found on Stone Age Gamer. I believe you can find other ones if you go to Google and you look those up. This is, I believe, made by a fan of the Krikzz cartridges, the Everdrive cartridges, and you can download it. And there's instructions on there of how you put it into the folder here, as you see highlighted, the USB to SNES. If you go to Stone Age Gamer, you'll find where there's a folder within that, a subfolder if you will, that has backgrounds and wallpapers, and you can put it in there, and you can see how to get everything to work correctly. It's pretty simple setup. You'll also notice on the bottom of the screen, that's your menu. You've got A for select, so if you want to select a folder or game, what have you, you'll use your A button. B is to go back, and then the X is to take you to this menu. So within the menu, you've got the recent games menu that you can click on, and you can see games that you've recently played. This is pretty handy. Depending on how you've got your folders set up, it could be quicker just to come in here and pick a game instead of going into the games folder, finding the game, etc. System information's here. This will show you how much room's left on your SD card, all the information there if you need that, and then configurations, different information in here as well. So you can find all the information of what to do there within the manual that comes with the FXPak Pro. As I have previously mentioned, a couple of these cartridges that I purchased didn't come with manuals, but you can go to the Krikzz website and save the PDF of the instructions, the owner's manual, or you could just print it off if that's what you want to do. Anyhow, very easy to set this up. So we're going to go into the games menu. The way that I have my folders set up is alphabetically. So I created a folder for A, B, C, all the way to Z, and then I have the games sorted out within each one of these. So all my games that start with the A are in the A folder, B, etc. Let's get to the gameplay. We're going to go down to, let's do Mega Man, just to show you what everything looks like. I think it all looks great. I haven't had any issues at all with this cartridge. The cartridge itself is very well made. It's easy to insert the micro SD card. Instructions are very clear on how to do this. I mean, it's really simple. So we get the game started up here. Again, in my opinion, it's very similar to playing a normal cartridge. So if you were to have the Mega Man X cartridge and insert it in, it's, at least in my opinion, it's very similar. Let's get through the menu and start the game up. Just give you guys an idea of what this looks like. It works good. So other than my bad Mega Man skills, you can see no issues whatsoever. I am using a Hyperkin HDMI 3-in-1 cable to do the video capture here, and there was some issues with that. We can get into that in a different conversation, but that's how I'm recording this video here for you guys. So if once you're in the game itself, if you want to get back to the menu of the game, you can hit Start, select L and R at the same time. That's going to take you back to the game menu. And then if you want to get back to the menu itself of the cartridge, you can hit your reset on your console. It's going to take us back here. Now, as I said a minute ago, if we don't want to deal with going through the folders and everything, all we got to do is hit the X button and go to recent games, and you see here right on the top, Mega Man X. If we'd want to go to another game, say Metroid here, Super Metroid, you can open it up. Another thing I do want to mention on this, it works really well. So if you have a game that originally had save spots like Super Metroid here, you can expect the same thing out of the Krikzz Everdrive cartridge as if it were the cartridge itself. So you're going to have your different save spots. In this case, you'll see A at the top here where we were playing it a little bit, and we've played other games since then. As you've seen, I was just playing Mega Man X, and here it is, our save spot. So if the game's got different checkpoints, save points in it, it's going to save just like if it was the cartridge itself. So very handy. You can just go back into the game and play right where you left off. So I guess we get into who is this for? And let me get back here to the main menu, and I'll discuss this just a little bit. But as you can see, everything looks good, everything works good, no issues. So who this is for is someone that wants to play retro video games that may not have access to specific games because they're hard to find. Maybe they were they originated in Japan, or they're PAL games, what have you. Europe, Japanese, you can't locate them hardly. This may be a good option. This is not cheap. I don't remember exactly how much I paid for this, but I'll put a link to it in the description so that you could go there, and well, who knows, it may not even be the same price now as what I paid for it. But they're not cheap. However, if you can compare the cost of this and being able to put the games that you want on here to trying to go out and purchase the games, it's much less. Now if you want to collect games and play the original ones, for sure, that's great. But let's say you have somebody that, again, doesn't have the money to purchase all the old games to play, they can't access them, this is a good option. I have no negative comments whatsoever in regards to the cartridge itself, how hard it is to set up. The customer support from Krikzz was great. I did have some questions on a couple of different things whenever I was getting this set up. They were very quick to respond, no issues. I would send them emails and they'd respond back like the next day. So again, highly recommended. If you want to be able to play some games that you may not have access to, this is a great option. So if this helps you out, I hope it does, gives you a little clear understanding of what this is, please click the like button, share it with anyone else that you think may find this interesting or it may help them out, and we'll see you next time. Take care.